Hi everyone, thank you for watching today. So I've got this gorgeous project to share with you today. Look at this lovely detail on the front with the embossing there and the heat embossed flowers. The pattern paper is just gorgeous. Slide off this belly band and it opens up. So we've got 2 trays inside with some yummy chocolates. You just fold it back up and it's all held together with the belly band. So this project was an adaptation of the box of chocolates that I made. So it had 4 trays on each side, so 8 trays in total, to house some little pieces of chocolate. So I'll link that just in the top right hand corner here if you haven't seen that video. So I've changed the sizing and I've just gone for one sort of pocket to hold the chocolate. So you don't need any specialty dies to make this. So let's get started. So as I normally do, I'm going to split this down into 3 sections. So the first section is going to be the tray, and then the second section will be the outer wrap, and then the third section is the belly band and sort of decoration. To make the tray that sits inside, you want 2 pieces of 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. Along the 6 3/4 inch side, score 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. Then rotate your cardstock. So we're working on the 8 1/4 inch side, and you want to score at 7 and 7 3/4. So do that for both pieces. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and I've attached the mirror cardstock and the pattern paper. So I'll give you the measurements for these. These side pieces are optional and you don't have to have those. But the pattern paper on the front does look nice. You could also cut an aperture into this so you can see what is inside and back it with some acetate, or you could again replace that with some vellum. I just fancied the pattern paper, but if you want the recipient to be able to see what's inside, then an aperture will be a nice touch, I think. So let me give you the measurements and then we'll start to assemble. So if you're doing the side pieces, you want 4 pieces of 1/2 inch by 6 3/4. These bottom pieces, 2 of those, which is 1/2 inch by 4. And then the main front panel, the gold is 4 by 6 3/4, and the patterned paper is 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 6 1/2. So if you want, you can go ahead and attach those now while you have a flat surface. Once you've done that, you want to fold and burnish along the score lines. And now we're going to do a small amount of trimming. So with the 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch tab at the bottom, working left to right, we're going to cut up all of these score lines. So cut up past the first to the second, just freeing up all those pieces on the bottom edge. Like so. Rotate your cardstock and we'll fold the main panel back. First of all, cut off the outer 2 pieces like so. So you can do that for the other end also, like so. And then remove the outer rectangle on both those squares. If I put that back and we take it back to the starting position, you should have something that looks like this, and then we're just going to take some wedges out of 2 squares the bottom rectangle, and then the top edge, a wedge there and a wedge there. So you should be left with a piece like this. So I'm going to bring in my chocolates, and I'm using the Toffee box of chocolates here. And I brought this in because I'm going to use it to help me assemble the tray. The reason being is this is a very snug fit, and it'll sort of wrap around. So if I assemble this without the box, I might pull the sides in slightly more than needed, and it might not slide in and out as it should. So if I just move that out of the way a second. So I'm going to add quick grab glue to these tabs that we created. There. Bring the box back in, and then I'll show it without the box at the moment. So I'm bringing this side up and this side up and attaching those together. But I'm using the box to make sure that I don't make it too small, as I said. So I'm just going to do the two of them at the same time and bring this bottom piece up and just press that in place. It also helps them with something to add pressure, so you can push against that box. And then at the same time I'm going to add some glue just to the bottom edge there and fold that tab over. So I'm going to hold that in place to allow that to grab, and then we'll work on the outer wrap. To make the wrap you need two pieces of 8 by 7 1/4. Along the 8-inch side score at 1 3/4 and 6 1/4, and do that for both pieces. Fold and burnish along the score lines like so, and then I'm going to bring in my additional piece and we're going to pop these together so this becomes the spine, and then when you close that up like so, it will form this outer wrap. So as I said at the start of the video, this is an adaptation of the box of chocolates. So I've just enlarged the tray and made one large one. And I'm also creating a belly band to show you a different closure on this one. And obviously the sizing is different. Lots of versatility with these style of makes. Now they're attached together, we're going to add the mirror card and the pattern paper, so your mats and layers. So on the inner side of the wrap, I've got 3 panels, and then the trays will sit on here. And then I've got three of the smaller strips and 2 larger strips for the front. So if you're going to decorate it like me, you want 6 pieces of 1 1/2 by 7 for the mirror card, and for the pattern paper 1 1/4 by 6 3/4, and then 2 of the larger panels. The mirror card is 4 1/4 by 7, and the pattern paper is 4 by 6 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and attach all of these to the wrap, and I'll come back to you. So there's the front decorated and the inside. So I'm going to bring my trays back in now, and they're going to sit inside this panel like so. And we're going to leave the box inside and use some quick grab glue and attach this in the same way as we did with the box of chocolates. Just run it all along these tabs here. And pinch this at the top so I've got the correct shape. And I'm just going to place that inside the panel so there's a little bit of a border around each side. Just press and hold that down. And I give that a few seconds to grab, and then I'm going to take the chocolate out and I'll go in with my bone folder and just press against those tabs. So as I said, just go in with your bone folder and press those down. Because the chocolates are snug, it's quite hard to grip onto them to pull them out. So I'm going to add a finger pull, and I've just got a 1/2 inch circle here. And I should have done this before I added the tab, but hopefully I can get in there to just take that away. And then just pop the box of chocolates back in there. As I said, really snug fit. So I'm going to do exactly the same for the opposite side. Add your glue along here and place this in the center of the panel. And I've punched the finger pull out this time before adding it, so I'd suggest you do the same. The tray's added and it all wraps up and folds in like so. As I said, I'm going to use a belly band then to just hold that shut. You could use ribbon as I did with the last project. You could add magnets in here. You could add velcro, or hook and loop I should say. So it's entirely up to you how you want to finish that off. So I'm just going to pop this to one side and we'll work on the sort of the topper for the belly band. I'll go through what I've used to create this project and we'll bring everything together then. Next we're going to work on the belly band. So this is the topper that I've created. Hopefully you can see all that lovely gorgeous shine and detail on the mirror card. I've got Love You and then these cluster of flowers and the foliage. I think these flowers are absolutely gorgeous. The topper is quite small, so I went for Love You rather than Happy Birthday, but you could go without the flowers and just put the sentiment on the front there. I just think they're really pretty and I just wanted to make use of them because I made lots of them for a different project, so I've backed them with a different colour and reused them. So let me talk you through what I've used in today's video. So for the pattern papers, I've got the Dovecraft 12x12 paper pack, and this is Finding Paradise. So you've got lots of sort of tropical elements on here, but there's this lovely floral pattern, then the flowers here, and these two papers that match really nicely as well. For the Love You, I've used My Creative Life diorama frame and die set. It's got these lovely sentiments on here. I don't know if you can see the detail on this, but I've got an inverted scallop and a scallop edge there. So these are both nesting dies from Creative Craft Products. For the foliage, I've used My Creative Life Autumn Wreath die set. The flowers are the Country Flower from Chloe's Creative Cards. And then if you can see that lovely embossing detail on the gold mirror card there, I've used Creative Craft Products Buds and Blooms, and this is from the collectibles range. Everything will be listed in the description box below. So to make the belly band, you want two pieces of just under 7 inches by 1 1/4. along the 7-inch side, or the longer side, scored 1/2 inch and 2 3/8 of an inch on both pieces. I've had to deconstruct this because I didn't have a large enough piece to wrap all the way around. If you've got larger, then I'd suggest you use that. You don't have to use your scoreboard. You can pinch this in place and then burnish those score lines. But I've created a 1/2 inch tab there to connect the two sides together. So I'm just going to take a little wedge off the 1/2 inch tab, just so that we don't see any of that overhang. As I said, the belly band is optional. You can use other ways of closing the gift box. So I'm just going to connect one side together, and then I'm going to use the box to wrap it around and make sure that it slides freely up and down. Just wrap that around and add some quick grab glue on this tab here. Make sure it doesn't ooze out onto your project. That holds nicely in place there. And then I'm just going to pop this up onto some foam and add that on the front, and it's done. So there's the final project. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love this pattern paper. All the colours together are so lovely. And the topper with those flowers on it are just gorgeous in my opinion. So you just slide off the belly band and it opens up like so, and you just pull the chocolates out like so. So it's a snug fit, so they won't be falling in and out. I'm leaving this blank at the moment. I'm probably going to add some further decoration because I want to add either a gift voucher or a pocket to add some money. I may add some flowers, but don't use any dimension, my advice would be, because you've got about 1/8 of an inch, so you can add further decoration, but anything sort of more than that and it'll be too bulky and it'll sort of gape open. I'm really pleased with the final project. I think it's turned out lovely. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. If you recreate this project or anything else inspired by my YouTube channel or Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, then I'd love it if you could share it on the Facebook group Gems. The link to the group is in the description box below if you want to join. I hope you have a lovely crafty day, and I'll see you in the next one.